The signal from the void. The night sky was clear over the Arizona desert. Stars shined like tiny fires in the black ocean above. Inside a small observatory, two scientists sat staring at a monitor. "Are you seeing this?" One whispered. A strange signal blinked on the screen. It pulsed like a heartbeat, steady, controlled, not natural. It's repeating ... But it's not noise. "It's too perfect," said the other. They ran the data through every known code system. Then one of them gasped. "It's DNA." But not human. It was close. Like someone designed it to look familiar. Far away, in a quiet house at the edge of a mountain town, Alex Carter sat alone. His face was tired, unshaven. His eyes stared at an old military radio set, half disassembled on his workbench. He had once been a soldier. Now he was just a man trying to forget. He twisted a dial. Static. He tapped the side. More static. Then something new, a voice, but it wasn't just any voice. It was his own. "Help us. You're the only one who can hear this." Alex froze. He looked around the room. No one was there. The voice came again. "Alex Carter. Coordinates. Set. Prepare for contact." Suddenly, the light in the room flickered. The radio sparked violently. A high-pitched tone rang in his ears. He tried to stand but fell. Gravity twisted. The air around him shimmered like water. And then he was gone. Alex opened his eyes. He floated, weightless, in a chamber filled with soft blue light. The walls looked like liquid metal. Symbols glowed faintly on surfaces he couldn't recognize. His body drifted slowly. He reached out, but couldn't feel anything solid. A sound like wind whispered in his ears. Yet there was no wind. Then he heard footsteps, even though there was no ground. A tall figure stepped into view, graceful, glowing, and unlike anything Alex had ever seen. She had pale silver skin, long hair that flowed like smoke, and eyes that shimmered like stars. She spoke without opening her mouth. "You are awake." Alex stared, unsure if he was dreaming. "Where am I? Who are you?" She stepped closer. "I am Altheria, Queen of the Villari. You are aboard our last ship. You were chosen." "Chosen for what?" Alex asked, backing away slowly. "Our people are dying," she said. "A virus has destroyed our ability to reproduce. But ancient knowledge speaks of one species, compatible with ours." She looked into his eyes. "Human." Alex blinked, confused and afraid. "Wait, you kidnapped me? You think I'm some cure?" "You are more than that," she said softly. "You are the key." He shook his head. "No, I'm just a man. I don't even know what's real right now." Altheria raised her hand. A wave of images flooded his mind. Cities of light, alien children laughing. Then screams, burning, death. Her people, once powerful, now falling. Alex gasped and stepped back. "These memories, are they yours?" She nodded. "They are. Now yours too. The bond has begun." Alex looked around, desperate for something familiar. "I don't want this. I didn't ask for this." "But we need you," she said, voice trembling for the first time. "You are the last hope." Suddenly, the chamber trembled. Red lights flashed. A voice rang out in an alien language. Altheria turned sharply. "We are under attack." "By who?" "Our own. A rebel faction. They would rather see our race and then break the old laws." Alex felt a sudden jolt. The floor formed under his feet as gravity returned. He nearly collapsed. "Take me back to Earth," he shouted. "We can't. Not now." The door behind them burst open. A strange creature, armored and growling, aimed a weapon at the Queen. Without thinking, Alex grabbed a metal rod from the wall and swung. The creature fell. Altheria stared at him. "You protected me." "I don't even know why," Alex muttered. She stepped closer, voice gentle. "Because it's in your nature. To protect. To fight. To survive." Alex looked down at the alien, weapon in his hands, and then at the queen. What happens now? He asked. She whispered, now you choose. Help me save my people, or let a civilization die. The queen's cursilex stood in a field of glowing white trees. The sky above was purple, filled with stars that moved like fish in water. He wasn't floating anymore. He was walking, breathing. The ground was warm. In the distance, he saw children laughing, playing with small floating lights. Their skin was silver like the queen's, their eyes bright, but as he stepped closer, their laughter turned to screams. One by one, the children turned to dust. The sky turned black, the trees caught fire. Alex spun around. Alone, then. She appeared again. Altheria. Her face was calm, but her eyes showed pain. This is what's coming, she said. This is the end I see every night. Alex reached out, but the world shattered like glass. He gasped awake, back on the alien ship. The metal walls surrounded him. Blue lights blinked softly. He sat up fast, sweat on his forehead. Was it a dream? Or another memory she shared? Before he could think more, a soft voice spoke beside him. You saw them, said Altheria, standing by the wall. She looked weaker now. Her skin was pale, and her shoulders trembled. What did you do to me? Alex asked. I showed you my truth, she replied. You needed to see what we're fighting for. He stood, walking slowly toward her. Why me? Why not one of your own people? She looked away, ashamed. We are not built like humans. We evolve through choice, not chance, but something went wrong. A virus, a weapon, it changed our nature, it made us infertile. Slowly we are dying, Alex frowned. And you think mating with a human will fix that? It's not just mating, she said. It's bonding. Sharing mind, memory, biology. Long ago, our ancestors did it, but it was forbidden. Seen as impure. She touched her chest. But I carry the last code. And you carry the key to unlock it. Alex shook his head. I'm not a hero. I'm not even a good man. She stepped closer. Yet you saved me from a rebel. You protected life. That is enough. Before he could respond, the ship suddenly shook. A loud alarm echoed through the chamber. They're back, Altheria said. The rebels. Sirens filled the air. Red lights spun along the corridors as alien soldiers rushed past them. Some floated. Some had insect-like limbs. The ship wasn't just a machine, it was alive. Walls pulsed like veins. Alex followed the queen down a narrow path. He noticed how the other aliens bowed as she passed. Even in chaos. He also noticed how tired she looked. You're sick, he said. She nodded. The virus lives in me now. I was the last to resist it, but even I am falling. They reached a chamber surrounded by glowing vines. In the center, a table of glass hummed quietly. Altheria lay down on it, her body barely moving. I need your help now, she said softly. Not for mating, for survival. Alex hesitated, then stepped forward. What do I do? Just place your hand here, she whispered, showing a glowing spot on her chest. It will let me share my strength. Through you, he placed his hand. Instantly, a flash of energy surged between them. He saw her life, birth in a palace of light, her training to become queen, her people cheering. Then, the virus spreading like shadow, taking mothers, children, lovers, screams. Silence. She saw his life, gunfire, betrayal, brothers lost in war, loneliness, regret. Silence. Their minds touched. And something changed. Her heartbeat calmed. Her skin glowed again. The chamber brightened. But the peace didn't last. Suddenly, an explosion rocked the ship. Get down! Shouted a guard. A wall tore open. A rebel alien, scarred and armored, stepped through. His eyes burned with hatred. You've bonded with the human. You've cursed us all. He raised a strange weapon, sharp, curved, humming with energy. Altheria tried to rise, too weak. Alex didn't wait. He ran forward and tackled the rebel into the wall. They struggled, alien strength against human desperation. The weapon fired, hitting the ceiling. Sparks rained down. Alex grabbed it and aimed. The rebel laughed. "You think she loves you, human? You're just a tool." Alex fired. The rebel dropped. Breathing hard, Alex turned to Altheria. "I'm not your tool," he said, "but I'm not letting you die." She looked at him, not as a queen now, but as someone who truly needed help. "You're becoming more than human, Alex," she said, "and I'm becoming more than Vilari." Alex Carter stared at his reflection in the alien glass. His face was the same, but not quite. His eyes, once a dull brown, now shimmered faintly like hers. He turned away, heart pounding. "What's happening to me?" Behind him, Queen Altheria stood silently. "The bond has started," she said. "Your cells are adapting," Alex backed up. "You said this was about saving your people. You didn't say it would change me." Altheria walked closer, her voice calm, almost sad. "I didn't lie. But I didn't tell you everything. You weren't ready." Earlier that day, after the rebel attack, Alex had been taken to a quiet chamber filled with soft lights and strange, floating symbols. Alien healers scanned his body. They whispered words he couldn't understand, until one of them shook her head. "He won't survive the full bond," she said. "He's still too human." Now Altheria looked at him with careful eyes. "I am the last queen," she said. "Without full bonding, I will die within days, and with me, the Vilari bloodline." Alex clenched his fists. "You're asking me to give up who I am, my memories, my body, everything." She stepped closer. "No, I'm asking you to become more than what you were. To be remembered. Not as a soldier who lost everything, but as the man who saved a species." He turned away. "I never wanted that." That night, sleep didn't come. Alex lay in a strange alien bed, surrounded by lights that pulsed like a slow heartbeat. He remembered Earth, his old team, his brother's laughter, the way the wind felt before battle. And now, stars, silence, her voice in his head. "Alex." He sat up. She was there, not in person, but in his thoughts. "Why are you in my mind?" he asked. "The bond allows us to feel each other's thoughts, even dreams." He closed his eyes. "I'm scared." "I know," she whispered. "So am I." The next day, Alex was shown the bonding chamber. It wasn't like anything he expected. No machines. No cold metal. It was alive. The walls breathed. Flowers with light-filled petals opened as he passed. A soft hum filled the air, like a heartbeat or a lullaby. Altheria stood at the center, wearing a robe made of shimmering threads. "This is not a mating," she said. "This is union. Your soul will touch mine." Alex looked around. "And if I say no, then I die, and soon after, so does everyone I protect." Before he could answer, a loud alarm rang out. The door slammed shut. The flowers closed. The humming stopped. Altheria turned, eyes wide. "No." A voice echoed through the chamber, deep and angry. "You were warned, Queen. The bond must not happen." It was Creel, leader of the rebels, now broadcasting across the ship. "The human is corrupt, impure. If you complete the union, we will strike. We will burn every ship you command," Altheria whispered. "They hacked the system." Alex clenched his jaw. "They're willing to kill their own people. Just to stop us? They believe death is better than change." Suddenly, a small child ran into the chamber, Vilari, barely tall enough to reach Alex's waist. She clung to Altheria's leg. "Mother, they're coming." Alex blinked. "She's your daughter?" Altheria froze. "She's from a failed bond. Her father was lost. She was born weak." But she has my memories. The child looked up at Alex. Her eyes were like his. Are you my new father? Alex couldn't speak. His heart was beating fast. He wasn't ready for this. Wasn't ready for any of this. Outside, explosions rocked the outer decks. Red light poured through the cracks in the chamber. Time was running out. Altheria stepped toward him, desperate. Alex, if we don't complete the bond now, I will lose control of the energy inside me. This ship, everyone on it, could die. Alex stared at her. At the child. At the ceiling shaking above him. Then he closed his eyes and stepped forward. Alex Carter stood in the middle of a glowing circle. Around him, 5 alien warriors floated. Silently, their armor shimmered. Their eyes watched him like hunters. He wore no armor. Just a thin suit of light. Focus, said the Queen's voice in his mind. Let the bond guide your movement. The training had begun when the bonding started. Alex felt weak, dizzy. His muscles twitched like wires short-circuiting. His memories blurred. Sometimes he saw her childhood, other times his own. But now, something had changed. He moved fast, too fast for the eye. A warrior struck with a glowing staff. Alex ducked, rolled, grabbed the weapon mid-air and flipped. The alien over. Another warrior fired a plasma blast. Alex raised his hand. Without thinking, a shield of blue light exploded from his palm. The blast bounced off. He stared at his hand, breathing hard. What am I becoming? He whispered. Later, inside a quiet chamber, Alex sat alone. A strange black metal orb hovered in front of him. It pulsed with energy, scanning him. Suddenly, a voice crackled from inside the orb. Alex Carter. U.S. Command needs a report. Confirm location. Alex froze. It was Earth. He hadn't heard a human voice in weeks. He touched the orb. How did you find me? We tracked a quantum burst. You activated alien tech. Are you under threat? Alex looked around. Alien sky, alien ship, alien bond inside his DNA. And yet, somehow, he missed Earth. Listen, he said slowly. I'm not being held hostage, but I can't come back. Not yet. There was a pause. Then we have a problem. Queen Altheria appeared soon after. She looked concerned. Earth is afraid, she said. They fear what you're becoming. Can you blame them? Alex replied. I don't even trust myself right now. She stepped closer. You are the first bridge. The first true link between our species. Fear is expected, but also dangerous. Alex stared out at the stars. If I go back, I'll be seen as a traitor. If I stay, I'll never be human again. Altheria touched his arm. You're already more. That night, Alex was shown something no human had ever seen. The core of the ship, a floating orb of ancient alien code. It was alive. It whispered in pulses and light. Altheria explained, this ship is not just metal, it was grown. It responds to will, to emotion, but it accepts only bonded minds. Alex stepped forward, the core flashed. Recognized him, and opened. Inside, he saw a vision, not a dream, but a warning. A war. Ships burning. Earth forces attacking. Valari ships defending. And in the middle, himself, glowing, dangerous, unstoppable. He screamed and fell back. What was that? He gasped. Altheria's face was pale. The core showed you a possible future. You, as a weapon. Later, alone in his room, Alex looked at his hands. They glowed slightly now. He could feel other people's feelings before they spoke. His bones were stronger, his heartbeat slower. His mind, louder. A soft knock. It was the Valari child. The one who had called him father. She looked up. I had a dream, she said. You turned into light, and everyone was scared. Alex knelt beside her. Were you scared? She shook her head. You saved me. Suddenly, a red light flashed. An alarm. Queen Altheria appeared in the doorway. They've come, she said. Not the rebels, Earth. Alex stood. Earth sent ships? No, she said. They sent your old team. It began with a voice he thought he'd never hear again. Alex, stand down. We're here to bring you home. He turned slowly, standing. At the edge of the glowing alien deck, in full black combat armor, was Sergeant Lena Morse, his former squadmate. His closest friend. The one who held his brother's hand when he died. She stepped forward, helmet off. Her eyes cold. Confused, angry. I watched your funeral, Alex, and now I find you. Glowing, surrounded by aliens bonded to their queen. Alex said nothing, because he didn't have words big enough for what he had become. Just behind him, Queen Altheria stood tall, her energy dimming again. The bond was weakening. She hadn't fed from the core since Earth's arrival, afraid to look like a threat. Lena raised her weapon slowly. Come with us. We don't know what they've done to you. Maybe we can fix it. Fix. Alex stepped. Between them, I'm not broken. Lena narrowed her eyes. Then why do you feel like a stranger? Flashback, weeks earlier, Alex had held his dead squadmate in his arms. Blood. Smoke. A failed mission. He thought humanity had nothing left to offer him. But now he had seen stars being born, touched memories that weren't his, and held a child who called him father. What Earth called strange. He called home. I can't leave, Alex said. If I do, she dies. Lena looked at Altheria, unsure whether to pity her or fear her. And if you stay, we're ordered to eliminate the threat. The Queen's voice echoed in their minds. You fear what you don't understand. But we never wanted war. Lena hesitated. But then, another soldier fired. Chaos exploded. Shots flew across the chamber. Alien guards rushed in. Valari and humans clashed in bright flashes of plasma and energy. Alex dove toward Altheria, shielding her as sparks rained down. His powers surged again, this time. Brighter, faster, raw. With a scream, he sent a shockwave through the floor. Human soldiers flew back. Some were knocked out cold, but one was hit too hard. Lena. She crashed against a pillar. Motionless. Alex ran to her. Blood. Pulse faint. No, stay with me, he whispered. Her eyes opened, barely. You're one of them now. He grabbed her hand. I didn't want this. I still remember us. I still remember Earth. She smiled faintly. Then remember this too. Her fingers slipped from his. She was gone. Everything stopped. Alien and human soldiers froze. The chamber dimmed. Alex stood slowly, his hands covered in blood, his mind filled with grief. Then he looked up at everyone. At both sides. And said one word. Enough. The walls shook. Not from attack, from him. The core responded. The entire ship glowed. Every alien felt it. Even Altheria stepped back. Alex was changing, fully bonded, fully alive, and no longer just a man. He wasn't human or Valari now. Was both. Later, in silence, Alex carried Lena's body to the landing bay. He placed her gently inside a capsule. The Queen joined him. I'm sorry, she said softly. She loved you. She was family, Alex replied. And I had to protect someone else. That's the curse. He looked at the stars through the glass. I didn't want to become a weapon. But maybe that's what I was born for. Altheria took his hand. No, you were born to end a war no one else could see. He nodded. Then let's finish what we started. Alex Carter's body was changing faster than he could handle, veins glowing faint blue, eyes silvering. His heartbeat had slowed to half the human rate. His bones no longer felt like bones. He looked at his hands in the mirror of the Queen's private chamber. These don't belong to me anymore, he whispered. Behind him, Queen Altheria watched in silence. They belong to both of us now, she said. That is what bonding means. Alex turned, his voice strained. I'm losing who I was. She walked closer, gently touching his chest. No, you're becoming who you were meant to be. Outside, the Valari capital ship drifted through a quiet stretch of space. Rebel forces had retreated for now. Earth's fleet was silent, watching. From a distance, waiting. Inside, something more dangerous was stirring. In the shadowed corners of the Queen's inner court. A whisper moved between minds. Not all Valari were ready for a hybrid king. Not all believed the Queen's choices were wise. Later that evening, Altheria stood before the ancient bonding pool, a glowing spring of blue energy deep in the heart of the ship. Vines pulsed along the walls. Symbols shifted like water. This is where the final bond begins, she said. Alex approached slowly. What happens if I can't take it? You won't survive, she answered plainly. And neither will I. He nodded. Then let's finish it. As they entered the pool together, energy rose from the surface, wrapping around them. Their thoughts merged. Their memories blended. He saw her birth. She saw his childhood. He felt her first kiss. She felt his last. Battlefield. They were becoming one. But just as the union reached its peak, the moment of total fusion, a blade pierced the Queen's side. Altheria gasped, eyes wide. The glowing bond snapped like glass. Alex turned, too late. A figure in royal robes held the blade, now slick with the Queen's silver blue blood. General Thulin, one of her oldest advisors. You've doomed us, the traitor said coldly. Our queen, reduced to a half-breed's puppet. Alex lunged, but his body collapsed midair. The broken bond had torn through his nervous system. His muscles shook violently. His mind screamed. The Queen fell into his arms. Why? She whispered, blood on her lips. Than replied, because purity is survival. And vanished into the shadows. Time slowed. Alex could barely breathe. His bones were splintering under the failed fusion. He was dying, not from the wound, but from the disconnect. The child, Altheria's daughter, ran into the chamber. Mother. Alex turned his head. Run, he whispered. But she didn't. She knelt beside them, her tiny hand glowing. Faintly, her power activating for the first time. Don't let her go, she said. You have to finish it. With his last bit of strength, Alex reached out. Touched the Queen's chest. He didn't know if it was science, magic, or something older, but the bond reignited like a storm. Final flash. Screams. Then silence. He awoke hours later on the chamber floor. The Queen lay beside him. Breathing, alive. But different. Her skin now shimmered with human warmth. Her eyes, one silver, one brown. She looked at him, smiling faintly. We finished it. Alex sat up, slowly. His body no longer hurt. His hands were glowing, yes, but steady. He was whole. No longer two beings fighting inside one body. He was hybrid, balanced, alive. But the peace didn't last long. A message flashed in the air before them. Earth Command, final decision made. Ship designated hostile. Strike begins in 6 hours. The Queen rose. They're coming to destroy us. Alex stood beside her, fully healed, fully awakened. Then let's show them what we've become. The Earth fleet arrived like THUNDERCLOUDS. Over 30 ships, nuclear payloads, orbiting above the Valari vessel like birds of prey. Inside the Queen's ship, everything was quiet. No sirens. No panic. Only preparation. Alex Carter stood at the central command ring, now wearing hybrid armor, part living metal, part Earth-made exoplate. His skin glowed softly. His eyes, one brown, one silver. He wasn't afraid. He was done running. The Queen stood beside him, fully healed. Her voice was strong again. This is not a war of weapons. It's a war of perception. Alex nodded. They still think I'm a threat. She turned to him. Then show them who you really are. The communication channel opened. A live hologram filled the chamber, Earth's command. General Thorne appeared, face hard, voice cold. You have one final chance, Carter. Surrender the Queen, return to Earth, or we open fire. Alex stepped forward. I'm not your soldier anymore. Thorne's eyes narrowed. You're still human. You belong to Earth. Alex smiled. I was human. Now I belong to something bigger. Thorne gave a nod. Then die with them. The screen cut. The Valari ship began to hum, not from fear, but from awakening. The core pulsed to life. It recognized Alex now as one of its own. Althea placed her hand on the console, shields at full. No weapons, she said calmly. Alex raised a brow. We're not fighting back? No, she replied. We're showing them we don't need to. The first missile launched. It raced through space, silent, fast, deadly. But before it could hit, Alex raised his hand, and the missile stopped, frozen. Mid-air. The bond between him and the ship had unlocked something deeper. Not just defense. Influence. Energy flowed through his veins like rivers of light. His mind reached out, touched the minds of every soldier aboard the Earth fleet. He didn't speak. He shared his memories, the Queen's pain, the vision of a dying species. The child's laughter, every soldier saw it, felt it, in a flash of pure empathy. Silence followed. On Earth ships, weapons powered down, fingers left triggers. Even General Thorne trembled. Back on the Queen's ship, the core dimmed. Alex collapsed to his knees, exhausted. The Queen ran to him. You reached too far. You could have died. He looked up, smiling weakly. Worth it. Later, the Earth ships withdrew. No attack, no invasion. Just silence and space between them. 1 week later, a small delegation from Earth boarded the Queen's vessel, not with guns, but with greetings. Talks began, carefully, slowly. Alex sat beside Althea, no longer protector, but partner. That night, Alex stood on a platform overlooking the stars. The Valari child joined him. Will you go back to Earth? She asked. He shook his head. I don't think Earth is ready for what I've become. She tilted her head. What are you now? He smiled. Something new. She held his hand. Then I'll be new too. Behind them, Althea watched. A queen not just of one race anymore, but of two. The Valari would live on. Not because of weapons, not because of blood, but because one human man chose to care. Final scene. Alex records a message. His voice is quiet, steady. To whoever finds this, know that we are not alone, not in the stars, not in our hearts. I was once just a man, a broken one. Now I stand between two worlds, not as a savior, but as proof that love, even across galaxies, can rewrite fate.